How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan, born to battle. Stone just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the star shines bright, that's when we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation? And angry Cowboys fans around the world, y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and we are at the beginning of a Super Bowl run for any team in the NFL. Even though the 2025 season is still underway, the Dallas Cowboys are currently sitting at home, contemplating how they're going to attack the 2026 NFL season, what coaches they're going to continue to bring in to flesh out Christian Parker's defensive staff, the prospects that they're keeping an eye on for the 2026 NFL draft, and also who they plan on extending and who they will allow to just walk out the front door in free agency. In this video, I want to talk about the key player that the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't waste any time on extending without all the extracurricular activities that the Dallas Cowboys front office is known for. So let's go ahead and take care of that during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Man, keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
Well, Cowboys Nation, we are now entering a phase of NFL football that I feel is one of the most crucial phases in order to craft a potential contender. Y'all know that I'm a fond believer in a Super Bowl run starting in the offseason all the way through the regular season into the playoffs and eventually landing to the Super Bowl. So there's no time to waste in order to get this Dallas Cowboys team ready for the 2026 season. In yesterday's video, I spoke about the importance of change when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys and their approach to success moving forward. We're seeing them conduct business in a different manner than we, as Cowboys fans, are accustomed to in most recent history. But that doesn't mean that we won't see relapses when it comes to trying to kick those old habits. One old habit that the Dallas Cowboys need to kick is how they conduct contract negotiations with its star players. And as we're all aware, there's one major contract that's on the horizon this offseason, and that's the contract extension of breakout star George Pickens. Pickens was instrumental in the Dallas Cowboys' offensive explosion during the 2025 season. One of the main cogs that saw the 2025 Dallas Cowboys offense consistently be ranked within the top 5. Probably one of the most impactful trades that the Dallas Cowboys have made in recent history. And during the 2025 season, GP3 played all 17 games. He started 15 of those games and had 93 receptions for 1,429 yards with 9 touchdowns. That performance landed him his first second-team All-Pro and his first selection to the Pro Bowl in his career, a far cry from where we saw him with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With stats of that magnitude, George Pickens is going to be a hot commodity in the open market. That's if the Dallas Cowboys allow him to hit the open market. In my personal opinion, it would be a huge mistake, a huge dereliction of duty for the Dallas Cowboys to not extend him in order to keep the success that he brought to the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver room going for the 2025 and 2026 season. Since becoming a Dallas Cowboy, Cowboys fans have seen the complete opposite of what Pittsburgh Steelers fans claim before his inevitable trade. Now, what options do the Dallas Cowboys have when it comes to Pickens remaining a Dallas Cowboy? Well, they have the option to give him an offer that he can't refuse. That offer would be a figure north of $33 million. The other option is the option that I am completely against in this particular situation, and that's to franchise tag George Pickens. For the 2026 season, the potential franchise tag cost would be set around $28 to $28.6 million. Would it keep George Pickens in the building? Absolutely, Cowboys Nation. It would keep a star on his helmet. Would it give him the protection of a long-term contract? Absolutely not. And As we all know, Cowboys Nation, there have been a number of Dallas Cowboys players who have bet on themselves and gladly accepted being franchise tagged in the past. Players the likes of Flozell Adams in 2002, Kenny Harlan in 2008, Anthony Spencer in 2012 and 2013, Dez Bryant in 2015, DeMarcus Lawrence in 2018 and 2019, but he eventually settled on a long-term contract. Dak Prescott in 2020 and 2021, but like DeMarcus Lawrence, Dak Prescott inked a new deal while under his second tender as a franchise tag player. Dalton Schultz in 2022 and Tony Pollard in 2023. George Pickens would be the 9th player in Cowboys history to accept the tender. But I'm gonna keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation. Just because the franchise tag is there and it's available doesn't mean that it should be the go-to form of negotiation for Jerry and Stephen Jones. That would be $28 million coming off the 2026 salary cap, no questions asked. During a year where the Dallas Cowboys can't afford to give up that type of money in one shot, it wouldn't be the ideal scenario to use the franchise tag. That's unless they were able to get a long-term contract done before the July deadline. For those that may be unaware of how the franchise tag works, the Dallas Cowboys would issue the franchise tag to George Pickens starting on the 22nd day preceding the new league year, which would be around February 18th until 4 p.m. of the 8th day preceding the new league year, which would be around March 8th. Then they would have up until mid-July to work out and negotiate a long-term contract, and if agreed upon by all parties involved, that $28 million franchise tag would be null and void. But Cowboys Nation, one thing that I fear is that Jerry and Stephen Jones elect to use the franchise tag on George Pickens and are not able to come to a long-term deal. With this being the first major contract for George Pickens, I could see him becoming frustrated with the decision and holding out during the offseason where his presence would be crucial for the Dallas Cowboys' offensive success. Take it from CeeDee Lamb, who elected to hold out until the Dallas Cowboys gave him his contract extension. CeeDee Lamb went on record admitting that his decision to hold out and missing training camp hindered his performance and continuity with Dak Prescott in 2024. Seeing how important George Pickens is to the success of the Dallas Cowboys passing attack, the team wouldn't be able to afford missing him throughout the entirety of training camp. Not only that, but the Dallas Cowboys wouldn't be able to afford Pickens to be yet another disgruntled employee throughout the 2026 season. We don't need Pittsburgh Pickens showing up and being a hindrance to the Dallas Cowboys' chance at being contenders, all because a deal couldn't be reached. A productive player is a happy player, and what makes a player happy? Financial stability, financial security. So if I were Jerry and Stephen Jones, I would do whatever it took to get this deal done before July. I would keep his contract negotiations close to the chest, and I wouldn't air out all our dirty laundry throughout the media. I feel they should treat these players who are priorities to the team like priorities during contract negotiations. I don't want to hear things like Pickens who, or talk about not having enough pie for the salary cap. The fans of the Dallas Cowboys are more intelligent than we were back in the past when we didn't have access to the facts. We're more aware of how these contract negotiations are conducted, and quite frankly, we are sick and tired of how business has been conducted with our stars in the past. So let's go into this offseason with George Pickens being the main priority for extension. I understand that we have players like Javonte Williams and Brandon Aubrey who need to be extended as well. With the help from different contract reconstructions of Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, Oso Odigizua, while also a couple potential June 1st cuts, the Dallas Cowboys will have more than enough cap dollars to sign George Pickens and Brandon Aubrey while either extending Javonte Williams or allowing him to hit free agency and replacing him. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones can put wording into the contract that gives them a potential out a few years down the road for George Pickens. They can construct the contract to where his cap hit wouldn't be astronomical as a $28 million cap hit while pushing money into the future. So the number that I would throw at George Pickens and David Mulugeta would be a 4-year, $140 million contract with $105 million guaranteed and $39 million signing bonus. That would give him just a little bit more than what CeeDee Lamb signed for, which he could spread throughout the lifetime of the contract. But Cowboys Nation, it's this contract that's going to tell me if the Dallas Cowboys front office is indeed changing the way they operate. The level of urgency will show me how important winning is to Jerry and Stephen Jones. In my honest opinion, Javonte Williams can be replaced, Cowboys Nation. With the success of a dominant passing attack and a great O-line, I believe the Dallas Cowboys could save money by allowing him to test free agency while bringing in a more affordable running back to be the bell cow. Come on back home, Rico Dowdle. But George Pickens, on the other hand, is that unicorn that you can't just simply allow to walk out the front door. Surely you'll receive a second or a third round compensatory pick for the 2027 draft, but how does that help our Dallas Cowboys in the immediate future? So Jerry, Steven, don't treat George Pickens like you did Ezekiel Elliott or Micah Parsons. If you want to convey the message to Micah Parsons, then you stay above board. You work with George Pickens and David Mulugheta to get this deal done as soon as possible. It'll show everyone in Cowboys Nation, as well as the NFL, that the Dallas Cowboys mean business on and off the field. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you think about how Jerry and Stephen Jones will handle George Pickens' contract extension negotiations? Do you feel it will be the same old from the Dallas Cowboys front office, or is there true change in the air? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help get the content out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans. They'll come over to the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel and want to become Angry Cowboys fans themselves. And if you are DC for life and you want the front office to handle George Pickens' contract with care and efficiency, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. You can catch the Madden 26 and College Football 26 gameplay on my new channel, the Angry Cowboys Fan Gaming Channel. I'll put the link to that in the description. The moves that the Dallas Cowboys make will be extremely crucial for the overall success of this team moving forward. We're past the days of just the players getting it done on the field. We're now in a time where the front office is going to have to put in that same type of intensity if they want to see these players and this coaching staff succeed out on the field. So Jerry and Steven, show us that you mean business. Show us that you really want to win a Super Bowl. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.